So I guess it makes the most sense to start off before the surgery. But since I was a little kid, I've been fat. I've been morbidly obese since childhood, and something I had to deal with all my life. Going through school, it was absolute torture. I was picked on nonstop all through school, all of the years, all of them. And so I hated school. I hated people. It stopped me from developing relationships other than with a very few select people, and it was terrible. And then even at home, among my siblings, I was the youngest and I was the fattest, so I was very, very much picked on at home too. So I never had any kind of a break. It was just constant, and it just led to more and more eating. That was something that I found comfort in, and it's not something that I actually thought of at the time. It's not something that I realized while it was happening, that food was comforting me. But now I can very much see that, yeah, anytime I get stressed or depressed or anything like that, I very, very much turn to food. There's often, even now, even after the surgery, I still mess up. There's times where I'll just go to 7-Eleven and I'll get a bunch of candy or some ice cream or something I shouldn't have, and it's terrible, but that's something that I'm dealing with. It happens a lot less now than it did then, but that's absolutely what led me to being morbidly obese my entire life. It hurt. Physically and emotionally, it hurt. But it wasn't until, adulthood that I actually decided to do something about it, and that's the older videos that I have on this channel. That was me trying. I found out I was 400 pounds and I was trying to lose weight, and I got down to like 330 or something like that. When I started the videos, I was 370, got down to like 330, and that was it. Then I ballooned right back up, and just everything went to crap. That was it. And fast forward, I eventually lost my relationship of almost 10 years. Not necessarily due to my weight, but yeah, due to my weight. I was very inactive, very sedentary. I was very unhappy with myself, and so I just kind of let things go, like let all aspects of my life go. And no one wants to be around that. So yeah, what happened. She did what she did, I did what I did, and that was the end of that. And fell back into a major depression and stayed there for a while and put on more weight, and I was a truck driver then, or still am, I guess. I was a truck driver, and so still living that sedentary lifestyle. It was sodas and candy and fast food and energy drinks all night long, because I work overnights, all night long, just packing myself full of calories and sugars and carbs and fats. And that was my life. Then I'd come home, sleep as much as possible, eat a huge meal, and then go right back to it. Had no physical activity whatsoever. And I got tired of it, I got tired of being alone. I got tired of feeling like nobody wanted to be around me because I had no energy. I had let my life go to the wayside. It was just working and sleeping and eating, and that was it. And I got tired of that. I was lonely. And so, even my friends, I've never been able to keep up with my best friend Abraham. We've known him for 20 plus years, and I've never been able to keep up with him. It's always been difficult, and I'm always, we're always having to take the easy way so that I can do things. We can't we're adults now, but when we were kids, we couldn't really play around. We couldn't get into the mischief that we should have because I was too fat to do it. And I always hated that. That always hurt me so bad, but I never did anything about it. Now I am, then I did. I got the surgery. I researched it, studied it, looked into it, looked into getting insurance here in the States and finding ways to afford it and make it happen. And it just never happened. So going to Mexico, and getting the surgery was absolutely a viable option. You know, I looked into that, researched that, looked at how safe it was, looked at the costs, pros and cons, all that stuff. And this was actually during COVID. So I looked into the risks of that and what kind of quarantine time I would need, and because all that factors in, you know, and should I get the surgery, I would then have a compromised immune system. So after surgery, were I to get COVID, I probably die. So it was a big decision. You know, there was a lot of risk factors going into it. And not only that, but being morbidly obese, having a BMI of 52 when I got the surgery, I'm getting ahead of myself. Going under anesthesia, you know, us big people, we probably won't wake up from that stuff. Like it's risky, you know. So there was a lot of things to consider, and the conclusion that I came to that made me pull the trigger on the surgery was, I'm either going to not have the surgery and die in a year or so and have not lived my entire life, just have sat on the sofa and been unhappy my entire go around, or I could go die on the table trying. You know, dying on that table sounded a lot more appealing than dying on that sofa, you know. And the third option, the third choice was what happened. You know, should everything go well, I have a brand new lease on life, quite literally. This, what I'm doing right now, doing these, I don't even know how many miles I'm going to end up doing today. This was something I never could have done before, because my heart just would have burst. You know, I would not have been able to do this physically. So now, this is fantastic. This is my life. This is what the surgery was for. It's to be able to come out here to see these not so appealing sights because I'm at Santa Fe Dam. But it's to be in the wind, which I'm sure is irritating a lot of people, and to be in the sun, and to not be out of breath when cycling. Like, this is insane. I'm so damn proud of myself to be doing this, because I'm already at mile 8, you know, and look at me. Okay, now I'm getting tired, but to be able to do this, to have this kind of stamina, ladies, is epic, and it's just getting better and better. So all of these things led me to the surgery, and if you guys are interested in knowing that the actual process of getting the surgery in Mexico, the costs, the pros and cons, the things that I looked into, where I went, all of that stuff, the procedure of, you know, post-op diet, pre-op diet, all of that stuff, absolutely comment, you know, message me wherever you're seeing this. If you got questions, I absolutely want to talk about it. I absolutely have answers. I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you guys in the next video when hopefully we do go into the process of actually getting surgery. See you guys.